Man, oh man. I'm making this video directly following the news of Dre Greenlaw, and I'm about as gutted as any 49er fan could be. I'm about as gutted as every 49er fan probably is. You know, I expected they didn't do anything today besides sign a former Jaguars tight end to a massively overpaid deal just to block for them. Dude does not catch footballs. I don't know how many catches he exactly has since he's been in the league, but it's less than 20 catches, I'm pretty sure. I don't understand that move other than he's a blocking tight end. I thought the 49ers wanted to go out and get somebody that could be a good complement of piece to George Kittle, but whatever. Terrible day for the 49ers. I mean, they've lost a lot of talent. Now, obviously, some of the talent I expected to leave, but it all started today with the 49ers officially losing Aaron Banks to the Green Bay Packers. He got a 4-year deal worth $77 million. Massively overpaid. I expected him to leave. I didn't want Aaron Banks back, so I wasn't mad about that. And then news breaks that the 49ers lost their offensive tackle, or one of their offensive tackles, Jalen Moore, to the Chiefs on a 2-year deal worth $30 million. Again, expected Jalen Moore to not return. No way is he worth $15 million plus per season. He got beat out by Colton McKivitz at left tackle when Trent Williams was hurt. He did come in and play a few, or he got beat out by Colton McKivitz at right tackle. But when Trent Williams went down, Jalen Moore did actually look pretty good a couple games that Williams didn't play last year. But again, not really a loss for the 49ers, in my opinion. So he goes to the Chiefs on a 2-year, $30 million deal. Then the Chiefs come back around to former 49er players and sign Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell gets like a 1-year, $3.5 million deal. Whatever, right? Like we have Jordan Mason as of now. He might go elsewhere. We have Jordan Mason. We have Isaac Garindo. And I obviously would expect them to bring in some other guys. They also re-signed Patrick Taylor Jr. today, which is a depth move. So then the Chiefs sign Elijah Mitchell, and then news breaks that the Broncos signed Talanoa Hufanga to a 3-year deal. Talanoa Hufanga gets a 3-year deal worth up to $45 million. He gets $20 million guaranteed at signing. I was always a big Hufanga fan. Obviously, that was a player that I expected to leave in free agency, so that one didn't really hurt as much, especially as the Greenlaw move did. But yeah, following the Hufanga news, that's when the 49ers eventually signed Luke Farrell. I don't understand this move. I'm not a fan of it whatsoever. He's strictly a blocking tight end, and it seems like that's what they paid him for. And they gave him $20.25 million over 3 years with $11 million guaranteed. That money could have went to Dre Greenlaw. Maybe Greenlaw really didn't want to stay. I know there was some, chatter about him wanting to kind of run his own team and be the linebacker one with the team. But god dang, man. I mean, up your offer to Greenlaw. Don't sign a tight end like Luke Farrell. I'm not a fan of that signing at all. Yeah. So following this, then the 49ers re-signed Patrick Taylor Jr. to a 1-year deal. Again, depth move. Charvarius Ward ends up going to the Colts on a 3-year, $60 million deal. A little bit of a bargain there, too. He gets a little over $20 million per year. Happy for Ward, though. especially with what he went through last offseason. For him to get a pretty decent contract with the Colts like that, I hope, nothing but the best for Charvarius Ward. So he goes to the Colts on a 3-year, $60 million deal. And then Dre Greenlaw goes to the Denver Broncos. And again, man, it's one of those things that, I expected it to be hard for the 49ers to bring him back. However, I did think in a way, though, with them not being super aggressive on day one of free agency, maybe they thought and maybe they were really trying hard to re-sign Greenlaw. But it doesn't happen. And, he gets a little over $11 million per year with the Denver Broncos. So, I'm happy for Greenlaw, but it hurts. That one hurt big time. He got a 3-year. Let me pull up his exact contract. So it's a 3-year deal worth $35 million. So that's about a little over $11.5 million per year for Dre Greenlaw. I think the 49ers probably wanted to bring him back anywhere in like the $8 to $10 million range. And I think anything over that, they probably knew that they weren't going to be able to re-sign him. I don't know, man. But here's another thing that's interesting, though. Out of all of the free agents that, outside of Dre Greenlaw, I think all of the free agents that left the 49ers, Aaron Banks, Elijah Mitchell, Jalen Moore. All of the players that I just listed that left today, Talanoa Hufanga, I don't think the 49ers would have signed any of those free agents to those deals that they received. Obviously the Dre Greenlaw situation's tough. He was the heart of the defense. But I do understand committing that much to a player that's coming off of a torn Achilles is risky. But Denver has a lot of money to spend. They've been pretty aggressive today. They also got Talanoa Hufanga. So, I'm not surprised that the 49ers did not match that Bronco deal. It just hurts knowing that he's gone. I really thought the 49ers would eventually come to an agreement on a deal for Greenlaw, but, it obviously doesn't happen, and now he is a Denver Bronco. So that one hurts a lot. Yeah. Oh, man. And then just about 20 minutes ago, the 49ers re-signed veteran defensive tackle Kevin Givens, according to Matt Barrow. So that's a depth signing there. Kevin Givens has been with the team for a decent amount of time. That is more of a depth piece. He's not a wow player by any means, but it gives the 49ers depth at a position in which they're very thin at, especially with releasing Malik Collins, releasing Javon Hargrave. So those are all, depth piece. That's a depth move by the Niners there. Same with Patrick Taylor Jr., depth move. And then I also want to talk about some of the players that the 49ers were linked to or were top suitors for that ended up leaving. So Drew Dahlman, the center, who I've been very adamant about the 49ers signing, he goes to the Bears and gets a massive contract. Drew Dahlman got a 3-year deal worth $42 million. Massive signing by the Chicago Bears. That's a really good signing. Arguably the best center on the market, Drew Dahlman was. That deal made him the second highest paid center. DJ Reed is another one. So DJ Reed, formerly of the Jets, former 49ers 5th round pick, he goes to the Detroit Lions on a 3-year, $48 million deal. So he was way out of the 49ers realm of possibilities in signing him. That's a deal that the 49ers couldn't have matched. Um, who else gets signed today that was kind of linked to the 49ers? There's a handful of guys. Obviously, the most notable ones, though, Drew Dolman, DJ Reed. Those were pretty big signings by those teams. And obviously, when I seen those signings, I'm like, shit, man. Like the Niners, they're clearly not going to be big spenders. I get that, but they're not getting anybody that would really, really help their team. Let me see here. So, Grady Jarrett, Luke Farrell, Milton Williams was kind of linked to the 49ers. He went to the Patriots on a massive deal that the 49ers wouldn't have been able to sign him to. Where are we at here? Another interesting move today was Seattle signing Darnold. Didn't expect that. I knew they had interest in him. I'm surprised Minnesota didn't re-sign him personally. I think they probably think that McCarthy is going to be fine as their quarterback. Paulson Adebo, that's another one. So the Giants signed Paulson Adebo to a pretty hefty contract. Probably was out of the realm of possibilities for the 49ers to sign. He got a really big contract. I think that was pretty much it in terms of the guy. Khalil Mack was another one that was linked to the Niners. He got a massive deal. 1 year, $18 million deal, fully guaranteed. That was pretty much all, I think. That was all linked to the 49ers. But, DJ Jones. DJ Jones returned to Denver on a 3-year, $39 million deal. $26 million of that was guaranteed. So a lot of these contracts that players got that were linked to the 49ers, I don't think the 49ers would have ever paid that type of money to some of these players. There's a lot of players that got really overpaid today. So, I mean, I'm glad that the 49ers didn't splurge on an old veteran type of guy and blow all their money. But I think the biggest thing is, man, like even given today with the 49ers making practically zero moves, and I'm not saying that they, there's still a lot, we still have tomorrow and multiple more days of free agency. I wouldn't have cared what the hell the 49ers did in free agency as long as they would have brought back Greenlaw. So I'm pretty irritated right now with the whole Dre Greenlaw thing, man. That sucks. Man. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we have tomorrow to kind of, watch out for. I'm sure, the 49ers are going to be signing a couple guys. I get that. But there's a massive hole at defensive tackle. They have a massive hole at, middle linebacker now, or outside linebacker with Greenlaw leaving. There's somewhat of a hole at corner. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty confident that Renardo Green and obviously we have Lenoir. I'm pretty confident that, Renardo Green can be the complement corner next to Charvarius Ward. But they have, I'm confident in Malik Mustafa and Jair Brown next year. I do expect the 49ers to probably sign a veteran safety maybe. Maybe that's where they shift their focus. I'm not sure. The 49ers also have interest in signing Jameis Winston. Josh Dobbs actually signed with the New England Patriots today. And they're not bringing back Brandon Allen, it doesn't look like. So the Niners are in on the Jameis Winston sweepstakes. I'm a fan of that. I've been adamant on, the 49ers bringing in a veteran quarterback that they feel comfortable with, potentially winning them a couple games if Purdy goes down, God forbid. So I'm a fan of that. We'll see what happens there. There's going to be a couple situations to monitor. I would expect the Niners to be in on a veteran safety, like I said. 49ers did get some compensatory picks for the departures of Greenlaw, Banks. Let me see if I can pull that up as well. I know they got a 4th-round pick for Aaron Banks. They got a 4th/5th-round pick. I think it's a 5th-round pick that could turn into a 4th from Hufanga. I'm pretty sure they got a handful of picks. I think they got 4 picks from some of these players leaving. Let me pull that up as well. I seen that earlier today. I thought that was pretty interesting. So they get a 4th for Banks leaving, a 4th round pick for Ward leaving, and a 4th/5th for Talanoa Hufanga. And then it looks like they also got another 5th for Hufanga. So they got 2 picks for Hufanga. Maybe this guy messed up his tweet. But they got 4 compensatory picks for some of these guys leaving. So that's good. Those picks are all for 2026, by the way. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. So they have maxed out on the compensatory pick formula in 2026 so far. Okay, so the 5th round comp pick is from Jalen Moore. So they got a 4th/5th for Hufanga and then another 5th for Jalen Moore. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, let me know your guys' thoughts on day 1 of free agency. Niners didn't really make any splash moves. They signed a tight end that I'm not excited about, and they lost a lot of players. Obviously, a lot of these players I knew were going to be hitting the open market, but Greenlaw specifically is the one that's gutting, and it's tough to it's a tough pill to swallow. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. As always, go Niners. I'll see you guys in the next one.